It'd be cool, but like unexpected. Man, if I'm cutting this up into parts later and now on that loading screen this part starts with that'd be cool but unexpected and anyone just clicked this part without seeing like the end of the last one, they're gonna be so confused about what the hell I'm talking about. Yeah, I can't do chapter 6 yet. I can't use Lao here. Yeah, there's restricted characters in your party. So it's probably fair game for me to just like remove you and put in... Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter who I put in because everyone is going to level. Like the only thing that makes progress on is their class level. Is there anyone that I actually want to grind affinity with? I guess I can put Lynn back in or something. Yeah, there's no new characters that I want to like grind affinity on yet. I'll get this new one when I can get them. The Clurian Archaeologist. But my level's not good enough yet, so it's not happening quite yet. So this should be fair game now. Rather have a 20 FPS mode than ray tracing? Yeah, same. I can agree with that. But yeah, I'm unable to accept any story mission until the affinity mission is complete. Doesn't matter because this is a requirement before the story mission anyway. We're going to Oblivia with Lamau. Tatsu just got sent to the Shadow Realm, by the way.
So, that's the story.
Amazing story, man.
I know it'll take you through some dangerous territory, but they're almost out of supplies.
I'm a bit surprised. Pathfinders should know better than to get stranded out there.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Whose team is it?
Believe it or not, it's Lao's.
No.
Really? Lao? I thought he was pretty on the ball.
If only everyone organized and together like Tatsu.
Lao's plenty capable when he actually gives a damn.
How do you mean?
Lately, the slacker's been wandering off mid-mission, leaving his men to do the heavy lifting.
How
Who
rude.
knows what the hell that boy's
He's been
thinking.
wandering off. Is he in some sort of trouble?
If he is, he ain't said a peep about it to me.
Maybe muscles and mustache scare Lao away?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, yeah. Wait, what'd you just say?
Well, whatever's up with Lao, his team still needs our help.
Right.
That's a part of the design of his pants, right? He didn't piss himself. A friend in need. Because it took me a moment, and I was looking at his pants, and it very much looks like he pissed himself. Like, he didn't quite make it to the washroom in time. He rolled a nat 1. Let's see here. So, we make it over to Oblivia. Come on, out. Yeah, the map was definitely more convenient in the original game. So, yeah, go around that way. I can probably get some of these probes I missed before. Oh, like that one that I said I was gonna get after completing Chapter 5. I can get that one, because that should be convenient, actually. I just didn't want to go and get it before, because I'd have to trek all the way back up the stupid hill. Why is follow ball on? Stop. There's stuff that I can grab here now, too. Which maybe this is why I'm not getting through this game faster than I did 3 years ago. So I keep on doing shit like this. This is what happens when I play Xenoblade Chronicles X. I'll just go up the normal way, I guess.
I've seen us.
It looks like this is the only guy, though, so it's fine. Screw it, man. Okay. Sliding Slinger might actually be better. Violent Shoot would be better if there's more enemies around. Okay. Dang it. Okay. Whoa. From the side. Okay. Just do a bunch of this for the rest of the battle. Okay, well. Well. This thing. Oh my god. Jumping is, like, really high, but it's also kind of difficult to control in this game. Maybe I can use a regular jump. Not quite. Has to be a higher jump. Nope. Bear with me. And yeah, Tatsu's joining along because I have Lin in my party. You have Lin in your party, and that means Tatsu follows along. Come on. No! This is why I'm not getting through the story faster. Seriously though, if Nintendo put Splatoon 4 on PC with keyboard and mouse support and uncapped frame rate, I would be so happy, but they never will. Yeah, I definitely have a hard time seeing that, but how cool would that be? I would be hyped about something like Xenoblade Chronicles X having like an official version on PC with like uncapped FPS and mods and stuff like that. That'd be the coolest thing. I mean, playing the Wii U version on Cemu with 60 FPS, man, I never wanted to go back to playing Xenoblade Chronicles X normally again. But, like, here I am, playing Xenoblade Chronicles X normally, essentially. 3 years later. After I thought I would never go back. Alright, so I can head north here. Here I am, doing the thing that I never thought I'd do, just because it's like, hey, this is now the latest version of the game to play. But I always figured that if something like this never came, if there was never a remaster of Xenoblade Chronicles X and I wanted to play it again, I would never go back to playing like the actual Wii U ever again. And I know that I wouldn't have like the actual gamepad on emulator. You can actually tell the emulator to have like a separate gamepad screen and then you can put that on another monitor. But in my experience, it like lags the hell out of the game. Like the emulator seems to treat it as like 2 full instances of the game in terms of like how much processing power it seemed to take. Whatever weird way it seemed to handle it, where it just started really lagging out the game when I had it separate. But I mean, even just having something like I did where it's like hold spacebar and pull it up, where it's like just like the Wii U version, you can keep on moving while you're looking at the map. Stuff like that is just really quite nice. I think I can get this one, but not this one. No, this one is on like one of the cliffs here. I can't get that one until I bring it all the way around town. This might be the lower one down I can get. I don't remember. I'm getting this one as I go save freaking Gunban over there. That's what I think I'm gonna do. But yeah, so that's part is that the issue of their exclusivity isn't even the purchase price of their hardware. It's the mediocrity of their hardware. Yeah, like Nintendo, well, I was about to say like Nintendo products with their consoles aren't too overpriced. Joy-Con stuff like that can be a little smidge expensive, I find. But in terms of just like raw consoles, they are absolutely not overcharging. Like, it is very common for video game developers, or I guess video game console developers, you can say, to be making very little off of the sales of their consoles. Sometimes some consoles are even sold at a loss. Like, I don't know what is the case for the Switch. I'm sure that they probably make a little bit off of it, but probably not a massive ton. Because the idea is they'll make revenue off of their games. And the cheaper you can sell your consoles, then the more households that you'll get your consoles into and the more games you'll sell. So it makes more sense, like, for profits to be selling your consoles cheaper anyway. Like, $400 Canadian for a Nintendo Switch is really not half bad at all. It's like $950 Canadian for the PS5 Pro. That's a bit much for, like, minor differences compared to base PS5 that doesn't really justify the cost, I feel like. But yeah, the cost of their consoles is definitely not unreasonably priced. And like, the stuff that they do with their consoles is cool with like the uniqueness and all that, and them wanting to be different and stuff. And the main gimmick of the Switch with like the home console handheld hybrid is like really cool and novel, and you know, a lot of people really appreciate that, myself included, for being able to play home console games on the go as well. Like, that is a very great formula. But man, their hardware is shit. Like, Monolith Soft still get stuff like this working because they're actual wizards. Like, they are unreal. I gotta go this way first. I would have just been able to figure that out at a glance in the Wii U version without having to pull up the map. But man, like, the Switch was already kind of outdated in its hardware, like, the moment it came out. If the Switch 2 really does have about the power of the PS4, while being, like, a handheld, that'd be pretty good. Because, I mean, you look at the difference in graphics between, like, a PS4 and a PS5. Like, sure, there'll be differences, but it's going to be relatively minor, especially in comparison to, like, a generational jump, like a PS3 to PS4. Or something like a PS2 to PS3, you know? Like, we're getting to the point that graphics are starting to hit, like, a little bit of a ceiling in terms of, like, non-handheld hardware. And if handheld hardware is going to get, like, as good as a PS4, then I feel like we're close enough to that ceiling that I can feel pretty good, you know? Again, like, you can always make performance better, always make, like, the frame rate better and stuff like that with better hardware. But if we're getting, like, 1080p, 60 FPS, PS4 processing power, I'd be happy. I would definitely be happy with that. Okay, I can probably just go to, like, the story objective now. Should I put down some probes? Just because... Here, sure, why not? Just put some research probes on their own here. This is what I will do. Sure, go ahead and do that. But yeah, as we have the 2D Kirby games, gameplay being 30 FPS, while the menu is 60 FPS. I mean, it makes sense for something like a menu to be 60 FPS, but it is still kind of funny to say. Hopes for Switch 2 is that it'll be at least as powerful as the Xbox Series S at least. That'd be really nice. When Nintendo works their hardware, they do some impressive results. So impressive, it makes me think that they're the last publisher who insists upon game optimization. But also imagine, oh, they're gonna be defending this thing here anyway, so I may as well fight you. What did he just say? Whack him for some extra what? Okay, well, let's see here. Makes me think that they're the last publisher who insists upon game optimization. But also imagine their standard development practices on PS5 level hardware. That would be very interesting to see what that would look like. I would be curious seeing that. My bet is that it's going to be somewhere between PS4 Pro and Series S. And that's something that I could be happy with, honestly. Because, yeah, the Switch, in terms of its power, it is very lacking. Quite frankly. Found out after a quick Google that the PS4 Pro has more teraflops of GPU compute than the Xbox Series S. Huh. Get out of here. I can get this thing without you noticing. Watch me. Because this is Xenoblade Chronicles X. Look, done. That's Xenoblade Chronicles X for you. I got a Mining Probe G5. What the hell? I guess there's some segments here that I can put stuff down. Production C? Sure. Mining Probe G5. My new best mining probe. Sure. But yeah. And yeah, I guess Pokemon wouldn't be the same optimization there. Sure, why not? Put some crap down. Yeah, 1,500 or 15,000 Moranium tick now and a cap of 30. Oh, I have some Moranium that I need to deposit. I'm right beside a fast travel point. Let me go deposit my Moranium really quickly so that the next tick of Moranium that I get doesn't go to waste. You know, I want to be efficient here, get these arms manufacturers leveled up and all that. I want my play to be efficient. Here. So, AM terminal, manage AMs. New arms manufacturer has set up shop in NLA. Candid Incredible. This man-on arms manufacturer specializes in solid defensive gear and is aiming to expand its market with its lineup of electric weapons. Cool. So the Xbox Series S is a current generation home console that performs like a PS4 Pro, but is expected to play modern Series X/PS5 games. One, is that why we keep seeing PS4 releases of new games 5 years into this console generation? And two, how can they not hit 60 FPS in these games on the full consoles? Reasons. Because it's cursed. AM level up, CNC grunt. Candid Incredible has created a new product line, Lightwear series. We research you humans a lot to come up with this bold piece, you know? Isn't it so avant-garde? Oh, and it works pretty well in battles, if that's your thing. Xenoblade Chronicles X is definitely one of those games that people would use as an example when they compare, like, male armor in video games to female armor in video games. Like, it is absolutely one of those really easy to use go-to examples where it's like the exact same armor with the exact same stats is going to be like a full body cover on the male characters, and it's only going to cover like half the skin of the female characters. Candid Incredible has created a new product line, Diodes 3 series. Want to turn mechanoids into slag? Then you need some solid gravity weapons in your arsenal. Candid Incredible has created a new product line, Haven 2 series. Have we got something for you? These babies are too heavy for us to use, but they'd be no problem for you guys, you know? Heavyware series. Yeah, even the Heavyware series. It looks pretty heavy on like the male character. On the female character, it looks like there's heavy sections, like the forearms and what do you call it? The four legs, just the bottom half of the leg, whatever the hell you call that. Whatever the heck. It looks like heavy parts, but the rest of it looks like incredibly light and there's a lot of exposure, you know. Their defense is going to make your jaw drop, don't you think? Electrical attacks won't even phase you. Oh, did we mention that this lineup makes quite the fashion statement? Trust us, I mean, we are named Candid Incredible, right? Yeah, I don't think you're wrong about the fashion statement. There we go, all my arms manufacturers are at least level 3 now. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alright, well, let's go back to Oblivia now. Oblivia, and then go back to this point here, how about? But yeah. If I were going to spend $300 on a console today, assuming I didn't already own one, I'd rather spend it on a Switch than a Series S. Yeah, that's fair. Assuming the Switch 2 wasn't like right around the corner. Like, I feel bad for everybody that got like a Switch this last holiday season, and then like a month later, Nintendo properly announces the Switch 2, and it's back compatible, and they're just like, oh crap, well I have this Switch now, you know, like the worst possible time. I just want a powerful Switch that can play recent AAA games. Yeah, that's fair. I feel that Nintendo needs to up their game if they want to have more third-party games. I mean, the Switch has a lot of third-party games. Like, there's a lot of games on the Switch. Like, it's a lot more simple than the Wii U, where developers have to worry about, like, developing for a different screen. But, like, the third-party support definitely could be better, because there's a lot of games that I just can't imagine actually coming to the Switch. Like, there are some that can potentially come to the Switch with a shit ton of effort, but that's expensive. Like, I was surprised when Nier Automata came to the Switch, for example. And I mainly played the PC version just for a better experience, but I played a little bit of the Switch version. I own the Switch version. And it's not at all bad when you consider it to be like a handheld game on the underpowered gaming tablet, you know? But I can't imagine that that would have at all been cheap, bringing Nier Automata to like the Switch and needing to cut a lot of corners and do a lot of optimization to make that actually work somehow, you know? Like, games like that, I just have a hard time imagining on the console. They would either not be on the console, or only be brought to the console for, like, a not negligible amount of funds to make it work.
Don't mention it. We're just doing our job.
So if we get, like, a much more powered up Switch 2,
Do you guys have any idea where Lau
it'll
is?
probably open the door
Or
for
why he
more
just up and left
third-party
like that?
support.
No idea. And even less of an idea
I
when
hope.
he'll return.
I'm sure he's just giving us a chance to grow.
Sure he is. What? Don't give me that look. I still trust him. Mostly.
Hey, I'd be pretty upset if someone forgot to restock and then left me stranded.
Actually, that was our mistake, not his. He just left us dead weights behind while he finished the job. He's always been like that.
Man, with one of
actually.
these cutscenes.
Always. Wait, you must be...
I still have a little bit of a
Sorry,
cough.
ma'am. I've been working with Lau since we were back on Earth. Truth be told, he's the only reason I ever made it into Project Exodus. Without his recommendation, I'd be long dead.
Me and Mondo worked on the Frontier Nav development team. Needless to say,
This
we've
is the
been big
Mondo's
fans
power.
of Lau's ever since. Oh, I'm Shingo, by the way, and that there is Mondo.
I had no
Huge
idea
fan.
you guys had such respect for Lau. I'm sorry if it sounded like I was bad-mouthing him.
Anyway, are you all set here now?
Oh, we should be fine. Except,
Except what?
well, we still have a probe to place, but the location is swarming with indigents.
Yeah, I remember the boss with
usually
that
let Lau
was
do
like the
most of
first
the
guy that I
fighting.
really used
By
Overdrive
most,
against
I
in
mean
my
all.
playthrough 3 years
If
ago.
that's the case, we'd be
First one that I
happy to
really went
escort
ham on
you.
Overdrive with.
Really? Wow! It'd be an honor to work with your team, ma'am. We'll move as fast as we can.
Tatsu getting oddly similar vibe from these two.
The Nintendo Switch is at 150 million units sold according to Nintendo's website as of December 21st, 2024. I cannot wait for the Switch 2 to be out so I can buy his Switch Lite for $5 and his soda. Yeah, that'll be fun, won't it? They need to fix their eShop. I don't know what you're talking about. The eShop works perfectly and has no bugs or issues whatsoever. Is what I would say if I was a diehard Pokemon Scarlet and Violet fan. Because, man, is the eShop for the Switch the worst. It's actual slop at this point. Slow, clunky, bad mobile games, lag is all heck, and there is actual corn but no browser. Yeah, I honestly feel like the Nintendo eShop and like this whole Switch Online menu in general is just like some of the worst like browser-like, you want to call it a browser or browser-like, whatever you want to call it. Some of the worst just UI, browser, whatever the heck, navigation in general I think I've ever experienced in my life. Like, it is actually abysmal. It is laughably bad. Is there... I don't see anything here, so I take it that this harvestable thing is, like, underneath here. The whole OS needs redone, definitely including eShop. Yeah, I agree. I'd rather the eShop get redone and the OS stay the same if they had to choose one, but the Switch OS sucks. Yep, I absolutely agree with that. Like, I feel like my favorite just UI OS general interface when it comes to Nintendo stuff in general has got to be the 3DS. Like the customizable, putting your icons where you want, having custom themes that you can change out across different themes that would play like different music and stuff as well. Mighty Pro G4, hell yeah, that was a good one to harvest. Being able to resize your screen so icons are different sizes in the ways that you want, having like the folders and stuff. How did we go from that to this garbage? Like, it is actually so bad. And I don't use a whole lot of other consoles. I'm mainly like Nintendo console plus PC. But in the past year, now that I've started using a PS5, like the PS5 UI is definitely not my favorite thing in the world ever. But it's definitely better than the Switch UI. It has some things I definitely prefer over it. And it's also made me realize that I actually kind of like having achievements in games. And it'd be cool if that was built into Switch 2 kind of stuff. As opposed to like either it's in the actual game itself or it's just not a thing. Like actually having trophies with PlayStation for those that actually want that. It's kind of a nice thing. And being able to see like your inventory and stuff there and...
Man, Elma's amazing. She's so strong and professional and beautiful.
Don't worry, you can be just like her one day.
Tatsu know how friend feel. No need for shame about being ineffective and useless lump.
Thanks. Wait, who are you calling a useless lump?
Are you... I don't like most of the humor surrounding Tatsu in this game. That one I kind of like. No shame in being an ineffective and useless lump. 3DS, PS3/PSP are my top 3 favorite console operating systems. And yes, I'm cheating since PS3 and PSP ones are practically the same, but my point stands. PS3/PSP cross-media OS is fantastic, and 3DS is a little slow but so customizable. Yeah, the customizability is definitely the best part there. They really brought up the slowness when it came to the Switch after that. I know that it's been discussed before, but yeah, I don't have experience with the PS3 UI myself. I own a PS2 and a PS5, and those are the only PlayStation consoles I own. You know what? I am out of my mind. I'm actually out of my mind. Check this out. I'm gonna try this. Script. Get a bunch of enemies around. Violent streak. Get that count up like crazy. Okay. Another violent streak. Get that count up like crazy. Okay. TP. Okay. Okay. Well, they just died. Oh, wow, activated overdrive there. Well, that works pretty well. I should probably just build up my TP off it. Oh, no, that's probably not too important, actually. Well, there's only a couple guys. It's great.
Leave it to me.
Okay, hold on. Hold on here. I have to take out these guys anyway. Oh, there's another guy. Here. Okay. I'm getting all these guys around. And then, I don't know, from the back. Something like that. And then say, okay. Let's get this count up like crazy. Okay. Use this energy. Maybe I should have a primer and my yellow arts closer together. Because, I mean... Okay. For the sake of TP there. Okay. Let's look at me some TP too, probably, if I get some crits and stuff. Okay. Side. Okay. And then say... Heck yeah. Okay. Okay, max overdrive. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's time to break the game. I'm not, like, I know that it shows, like, the combos of, like, different things I can chain into one another now. I've not paid much attention to it yet. Like, the one that I have in the back of my mind is just, like, green into another art to double my count that I'd otherwise get. I might just be able to super wreck this guy. UI for the Switch was extremely lacking. 3DS actually peaked with its design. It is really good. I don't think the Switch deserves to top the DS. Sure, the Switch is good games, but the software is just horrible. I agree. The Wii U did a much better job with its software. I think the Sega Genesis is better OS than the Switch. And spoiler alert, it doesn't even have one. Yeah, Switch OS is just kind of like
Wow, you
most
carved
difficult
those
to
guys
use
like butter.
piece of
That's
crap.
Amazing.
We'll get right on installing the data probe, ma'am.
And we'll keep an eye on the area so you can focus on your work. Things seem to be going well.
Thanks to you, we should have this baby ready to rock in just a few minutes. Holy crap! Sidon, we gotta get out of here!
Go if you want. I'm not moving until this thing is finished.
Huh? You got a death wish or what?
Hell, I'm just a mimeosome, right? Why not die for Blade? What do you two?
Yeah, so this is just common knowledge for everyone except for the player in the first part of the story.
Elma,
Come on, let's keep that thing away from them.
Well, the one that's gonna be kicking ass here is gonna be Elma. Affirm.
What confidence?
Let's put it to work.
This guy might actually just get super wrecked now. I'm pretty sure I remember wrecking him with Overdrive in my last playthrough. But now with the whole energy system, I think he's just gonna get, like, even more wrecked, honestly. So, like, let's have a look-see. Okay. Okay. Let's keep a bunch of sliding slingers. Yeah, the whole energy thing is definitely gonna help me get my count up. Okay. Okay. Just use all this energy now. Okay. Sure, go ahead and do that. I might not be able to get infinite overdrive. I might have screwed it up. It's probably easier with more targets and having, like, access to violent streak and stuff. Screw it, Executioner. This'll extend it a little bit. Buy me a little bit of time. Since that's the thing that green arts do. I might actually still be able to get it anyway. Potentially. Okay. Okay. And then say, Max, Ghost Factory time. Please. I almost completely screwed that up. That would have been disastrous. Okay. Get the max TP here, preferably. Just for the soul voice, honestly. Okay, refresh that. This is fine. Okay, I mean... yeah, the double overdrive count is green into whatever the heck else. That's the one that I've known about before. Sure, let's refresh Ghost Factory, why not? Yeah, it is time to break the game, I think. Okay. Pew. Yeah, you are just going to die. See ya.
not yet. Depends if
Yeah,
Patsy can make it or
it is time to break the game. Overdrive was already overpowered, but with the energy system now that they put into the game,
All
it's
right.
just
Looks like
even
the probe is
better.
up and running.
Now data from this area can be uploaded
Because
to
I know,
Frontier
like, in
Lab.
previous playthroughs, I definitely
wouldn't have
struggled to
been
get
possible
max
without your
overdrive
help.
early on.
No
Like, I would
kidding.
try to get augments that would give me,
Rumors
like,
don't do your
TP
team
up as I
justice.
used arts, because I was struggling to get my
Don't sell
TP up enough
yourself
to
short.
get
It
infinite
was your team
overdrive.
as much
But
as
now with
ours
the
that
energy
saw this
system and
mission
being able to
through.
pop my arts early, getting to max overdrive isn't that much of an ask anymore.
Tatsu definitely gets similar vibe from these
Not max
two.
overdrive, infinite overdrive, I should say.
Was that all you needed then?
Yes, we're all good now. We'll finish a few calibrations and then head back.
All right, team. Move out.
Yes, ma'am.
Like, I can let all my other allies fall. I probably don't really need to worry about team distributions anymore. I can just bring whatever allies I want to, like, gain class experience with / affinity with. And be good. Like, just go into overdrive and, whoops, I'm not running that way. Just go into overdrive and, let my teammates fall, and then I spam Ghost Factory, and I stay alive, and, like, everything is great. Maybe I can get this while I'm here really quickly. Is maybe what I can do. Maybe, maybe not. It might not be possible. There's a thing over here, so I may as well get it really quickly. Because, yeah, if I get infinite overdrive and I get to spam, like, a bunch of Ghost Factories, I'm just good against, like, 90% of the enemies in this game.
That's true on any.
Pretty sure. Where the heck? Is it up there? It's saying it's this elevation level. Maybe it's around the corner here because cave. Looks like it is. Oh man, I'm allergic to the cave. Seems strange that there's no like baddies in here. Someone gonna ambush me? Advanced container. Blade Corporal. So I guess just as I do stuff, I get those if there is no like blade level. I guess here. Get some items that I presume are a little bit on the rarer side compared to what's outside. Alright, yeah, sure. Let's see here. So, yeah, I can go ahead and go here. Is what I shall do. Yeah, I think things are gonna get a little bit destroyed now. And we're probably just gonna hear, like, Via Fliegen as, like, the general combat theme for the rest of this playthrough, essentially.
What? Lau came back after we left?
Classic timing, huh? We told him all about how you saved the day. All he said was be sure to thank him.
Then he wandered off again to who knows where.
Never a dull moment with that one.
That's how it should be. Better than the alternative, anyway.
I hear you. I haven't forgotten how he was when we first got here.
What do you mean?
Lau's skills as a pathfinder are pretty special. They're going to help humanity carve out a life here on Mira. But he didn't board the White Whale because he thought he was useful.
He did it so he could get his wife and daughter on the ship. He thought his abilities would permit his family passage, but...
They didn't make it on board.
Right. The war hit right before he would have summoned them.
Oh.
Those were some dark days for him. Lau was empty. Like his soul was just gone. I don't know what he's been doing lately, but whatever it is, it gives him purpose. It's good to see him living again.
Not that it makes getting left behind any easier.
I've told you 100 times already. If you had better skills, Lau wouldn't need to worry so much.
Yeah.
You guys really do love him, don't you?
But no one loved their leader more than Team Tatsu love Elma. No one!
Ah, Lau doesn't even show up here. Data Pro was successfully installed, but it looks like Lau has gone off somewhere again. Oh, the Javelin Art Balance Breaker. Yeah, so I got the first of his unique arts when he didn't even show up during this at all. Segment in the commercial district has been updated. Cool. I got an energy clip. Hello, Reggie Bump. I can still read this morning's chat. Yeah. That's... We're kind of doing stuff pretty continuously here. Say, and that one from Elma's team, right? Harmonia, was it? How are things going? If you have any interesting missions on your plate, maybe throw me into the mix. I can spare a moment from my grueling schedule of thumb twiddling. Yeah, so this is how you had to go around, like, getting characters in your party in the original game. Couldn't ask for a better way to kill some time. Did the way, boss. Let's take out Lynn and put in Doug. Okay, let's do that. So I'm level 20 now. What level did I have to be for the new one again? Level 21. I need one more level and then I can do the thing. Oh, the character hangout. I did a thing. There's a segment update in the commercial district, it said. Handyman. I can go around, like, accepting some quests and stuff. I don't know whether I actually have those. And then they're in my pocket and stuff. This one, I think, leads to, like, more important kind of stuff. Water Woes. Oh, I remember that quest chain. Planet Pioneer. That's another important one to accept. Is what that definitely is. I definitely gotta do the Planetary Pioneer ones. Those are must-dos right there. Here, let's have a quick look-see. Yeah, new orders. This is one of the guys that I can recruit. Yeah, this doesn't give me anything. It's just letting me know that that's a thing that I can do pretty much. Yeah, that's just leading to that other quest. I don't know, sure. Anyone want Moranium or something? It's gonna be a while before I go to, like, Sylvalum, Cauldros there. I don't know. I don't know. Sure, that. I don't know what my inventory is like right now. I don't know how tough that guy is. Sure. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, let's see this Planetary Pioneer one, because those ones always give important data probes. Oh, speaking of data probes, do I have a Moranium right now? Always worth checking, because I never notice when my Moranium tick goes by and I get Moranium. I never actually seem to notice it. Hey, how you doing? Ah, Harmonia, perfect. I've got just the job for you. This is Elma. This last stretch of fighting has been intense. Our scale fleet is pretty beat up, as is a lot of our equipment. We need to perform some large-scale maintenance, but we're all out of Aurorite, a relatively common resource needed for repairs. Mirror's dangerous enough when your gear is working, but when it's not, forget it. Yeah. Your equipment is important, and you've been through enough tight scrapes to know how terrifying it can be even with working gear. We've got pathfinders and prospectors out gathering as we speak, but the more their equipment fails, the more casualties are mounting. I'd like you to mine the Aurorite we need for our maintenance. Also gather up 8 H19 ion thrusters that can be found in Noctilum. Maybe I already have those. If you could also recover the data unit that fell there while you're at it, that would be a huge help. Do you mind? Yeah, so the same kind of format as the last one. I'll get limited half rim glasses for this one here. Don't track that one. Track the individual parts. Oh my god, oh, I thought that said 5 out of 6. The 5 loops around so much that it looks kind of like a 6. So that one's already done, which is nice. No point tracking that, it's done. Gather the collectibles required. Alright, so I don't have any of those yet. I could. You're not Club's elephant tusk. I mean, I could also just, do these after I get skills and I can really run around. Like, I probably don't need this probe super soon. It's much appreciated. I have every faith you'll find everything, so I'll whip up a maintenance schedule while you're out. So access your comm device to connect to Frontier Nav and mine for the Aurorite. As for the rest, well, just be sure to come home safely. That's an order. Alright, that's it. Off you go. Oh, the other material is probably something that I actually need to use, like, my probes to mine for, then. Is what that's getting at. Hold on. Just out of curiosity. Let's see here. So, mineable resources, none. So I need Aurorite, huh? Let's see here. So I need to put it at, like, specific places in Noctilum. Alright. So I should be getting it from those. Maybe that's the thing that I already had. Like, the 5 out of 5 of then. And I think the other thing that I needed was ion thrusters, which I would just collect from around the area anyway. So yeah, that... Yeah, I mean... Here, let's go around accepting stuff. That's what I think we will do. So out of curiosity, that one is Lao. Early morning pet dog. I don't know what that means. Like I need to have a pet dog or something. Arena. Because our affinity will also go up as we do these heart-to-hearts, apparently. So apparently Xenoblade X Definitive for Nintendo Switch with new funky mode has a variable resolution depending on what's being displayed. The game one dock can run at 760p to 1080p. Okay.
Listen.
I've definitely noticed parts where the game is looking like it has better resolution compared to others. Hey there, can I ask you help with something? It's wonderful that we begun living with the Manon. Truly it is. But as you probably know, any sudden surge in population brings with it certain problems. Are you talking about a food shortage? That will likely be a problem at some point, yes, but it's rather outside of my area of expertise. I speak of something we need just as much as food, perhaps even more. Water. New LA is looking at a huge shortage of clean, potable water. We're trying to build a purification plant on a lake outside the city, but engines are preventing us from transporting materials to the site. I remember this quest, Jane. Might I convince you to secure the route for us? Once we can ship in the necessary materials, the project shouldn't take long at all. I get Meredith medium female. Yeah, just have that in my pocket, and then, like, if something's convenient on the way, then I can do it. Why do you still have a question mark? Do you have, like, multiple things? Hey there, can I ask help with something? Did I not accept it? Gripe. I might not have accepted it. Dang, I just selected track. But yeah, I don't know if I can farm infinite affinity by doing this kind of thing anyway. I'd play this game if I could play as Funky Kong. You guys remember Wall-E? I sure do. I sure do indeed. Fantastic film. Back in the days where there was more, like, absolutely amazing animated films. They still happen from time to time, but not as much. Hey, look, Fog's over there. Maybe I should tell him to fog off. Allow if anyone in the early morning pet dog. Is that something that I need to get in, like, the Blade Barracks or something? Let's see here. Change time to early morning. Let's see. Out of curiosity. Check. Note the party member cannot be in the active party. Please check conditions. So we shall certainly see. Here, do that, and then the member cannot be in the active party. He's not in the active party. Do I need to have a pet dog? What does that mean here? I never really played around with all that much in the way of that kind of thing in the Blade Barracks. Let's see here really quickly. So I need a pet dog before Gunban wants to talk to me? Is that what's going on here? Blade Barracks customization. This option is available from the customization center console in the Blade Barracks, allowing you to change color and decals in the room, or keep a pet after completing a certain mission. Yeah. I have a mission that unlocked dogs yet. The customization center hides a useful feature, a virtual simulator designed to give you a concrete measure of your skills by letting you run point attack challenges. Feel free to use it regularly to get a feel of how your performance is improving over time. Oh, is that a new addition? Barracks customization. Let's see here. Where do I select pet? What? Receive bonus items. Bonus items have been received. Oh, would that have been the pre-order bonus? Change division. Oh, it doesn't even cost money in this game. It doesn't friggin' matter. They have a kind of cool symbol. I don't know. How the heck do I, Governor Skill Hanger, Holo Figure Gallery, Wall Decals. Do I have Holo Figures? Projectors. Oh. I don't know how the heck I do that then. Ooh, I kind of like the blue. I don't know, sure. DIY Novice. Wall Decals. What do I have here? Wonder if there's any new ones. Like ones for Xenoblade 2 and 3. Oh, there's ones for the, stuff I've been unlocking there. I don't know. Guess I'm fine with Blade. I can do this just to be different, I guess. By technicality, Wall-E was a cross-genre movie? What? Harmonia, did you see that the developers of Being Plastic Duck Simulator just released a trailer for the next game in the franchise, Slowly Sliding Ducks? Behind, okay. Not Being Super Brain. I did not see that, no. Sure, do that. I do like how you can customize colors and stuff here. Change view. Toggle info pane. I mean, like, get like some super ugly color or something here. I could do something like that that looks like really sleek. I don't know, sure, something like that. Subcolor. Ooh, that. Sure. Go with that blue and green kind of color there. Floor. I don't know. If I change the floor, it's gonna look super ugly, I think. Floor 2. Oh, the line's there. Ooh, I could do something like that. Sure, I don't know. Furniture. Oops. Get like a gross yellow or something here. As live action sequences. Oh, I guess you are right. Yeah. Sure, I don't know. Skill hanger, main color. That's just the back there, it looks like. Sure, subcolor. Sure, something like that, looking really sleek. And then, I don't know. Maybe like the dark blue or something here. And then the highlights are like that. Accents. Okay, that's that. Maybe that I go with the that or something. Maybe something like that, I don't know. Holo Figure Gallery that I'm not really gonna be spending much time in ever. Sure, that. Subcolor. Sure, I don't know. Go with this kind of consistent theming for now. That's what I can do. Sure, and then, go a bit more white on this one. Projectors. I don't know. Fine with them as is like that. But yeah, I don't know where the option for a pet is. Tatsu doesn't count. Xenoblade Chronicles X, how to get pet. I might need to do some specific quests first. Xenoblade Chronicles X, you can obtain pets by completing the 9 lives mission to get your first pet, an Abyssinian cat, and then unlocking others through searcher quest missions. Okay, if I want to do that Lao heart to heart, which I am going to want to do before the end of the game, because, like, again, maybe he'll come back into the party, but just in case he doesn't, I want to be better safe than sorry here. I want to get his hearts to hearts done before the end of the game. So make sure that I'm getting that, because I know he's going to dip out. And I don't know if he's coming back. So just in case. He's a little bit too much in the habit of wandering. What have we got here anyway? Oh, this is Max Members 3. So this is one of the ones... Oh, this one does require you, Elma, and Lynn. Okay, so they're not all open. Yeah, so I've done those. I could do it. My character and Lynn are not really going to be doing super well in this, I don't think. But my Elma can do infinite overdrive shenanigans and completely wreck everything. So yeah, it says I need to have my character, Elma and Lynn. But it doesn't say that I need to be playing as my character. It doesn't say that I can't play as Elma.